The Riverlands Heritage Preservation Region is located 1 hour by automobile north of the city of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. Beginning at the town of Blaine Lake, the self-guided tour offers a glimpse into the rich cultural and natural history of those who lived and prospered by the North Saskatchewan River. The area is biodiverse, abundant with wildlife, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and mammals. Flora includes countless species of trees and shrubs, flowering and primitive plants and grasses, all growing in varied soil. First inhabited by indigenous people, the region was settled further by Europeans, British, French, Doukhobor, Romanian, German, Ukrainian, and others. The nearby towns of Blaine Lake, Marcelin, and Leask all offer unique, welcoming communities to visit and explore. Balmoral Cemetery was established at the turn of the last century by the Congregational Church of Canada. It is the resting place of William Deal. Deal was one of 3 scouts during Saskatchewan's Northwest Resistance, 1884-85, to whom Louis Riel surrendered. Deal is credited with effecting Riel's surrender by transporting Riel to General Middleton of the Canadian Militia. The tour features a Plains cottonwood balsam poplar cross known as the Big Tree. It stands nearly 21 meters high today, as its top was sheared off by lightning. The tree has a girth of 5 meters and a span reaching 32 meters. Estimates place its age at more than 160 years. The Big Tree is one of the last remaining giant cottonwoods in the West, as most have fallen to the saw and axe. Located on the northeast 1744-5, west of the 3rd meridian, the Slavanka Cemetery serves the Slavanka district. The cemetery house is decorated in a style influenced by Doukhobor settlers who arrived from southern Russia in 1899. Visitors are encouraged to spend time at the cemetery contemplating the passage of history, paying respect to those buried there, and signing the guest book. Saskatchewan is surveyed on a grid system with individual quarter sections measured 1/2 by half mile. The measurement of river lots at River Hill is different, affording the landowner proximity to the river. Each lot is the equivalent of a quarter section, but is 1/8 by 2 miles in size. 2 locations of note are found within the 16 river lots. The first is River Hill Cemetery, with an armillary monument, and the second is the original site of Fort Lamonté. In 1821, Fort Lamonté, a Northwest Company trading post, amalgamated with Fort Carleton of the Hudson Bay Company. The River Hill Memorial honors the people of the region who developed the land. Based on a sundial design from the Renaissance period, the armillary takes into account the latitude of the area, 53 degrees north of the equator. An arrow, known as a gnomon, points to the North Star, which remains nearly constant over the North Pole. The gnomon's shadow is cast upon numbers on the horizon ring indicating real time. River Hill Cemetery continues to function as a focal point of the district. Visitors are welcome to stop by and sign the guest book. Dating to prehistory, the Fort Carlton Trail began as an Aboriginal trail that followed the great bison herds. In the late 1700s, it developed as an overland route for explorers, fur traders, and settlers. It was the main trail between Fort Garry of the Red River District and Fort Edmonton. The trail came into prominence in the mid-1800s, but declined with the advent of steamboats and the railway. Known locally as the Snake Plain Trail, it winds its way northwest towards Green Lake. Today, a pleasant drive through this historic countryside takes one from Carlton Crossing to the town of Leask. Founded in 1904 by Dr. Benjamin Ralph, a teacher, educator, and preacher, Craigmore was named after a college in Ireland. Dr. Ralph arrived in the district to homestead and provide leadership, serving with distinction until his death in 1930. His grave is in the Craigmore Cemetery. Considered by many to be among the most peaceful and serene locations in Saskatchewan, this idyllic little country church is a favorite spot for visitors. High on the banks of the North Saskatchewan River, one stands on soil crossed by prehistoric bison hunters, by fur traders on Red River carts, and by homesteaders who developed the land. From this vantage point, one can imagine a scene of canoe brigades, York boats, and in later years, steamboats. Fort Carlton, located across the river, was once a bustling trade center and transportation hub. It was destroyed by fire in 1885. It is now a provincial park. A typical aspen parkland slough has a wet meadow perimeter transitioning to deeper open water in the middle. Each zone provides a distinct habitat for flora and fauna. "15 or more species of waterfowl may be sighted throughout the year. Within sloughs and marsh areas are many species of ducks, geese, shorebirds, and songbirds. Often associated with wetlands are nearby drier areas in which many species of prairie flowers are found. Established in 1910, the original Ottawa School was destroyed by fire. The new school was rebuilt in 1930 and functioned until closing in 1958. As with many country schools, Ottawa School was a focus of the community, providing not only education facilities, but a center for meetings, socials, dances, Christmas concerts, and sport days. The school and nearby orchard is privately owned and is currently undergoing restoration. The first St. Joseph Catholic Church was a wooden structure built in 1904 and was located at the original Marcelin town site. When the village was moved to its present location, a new church was built to house the growing congregation. The church's architect, Theodore de Beale, is known for building churches in French-Canadian communities across Western Canada. Using local brick and fieldstone, this new church was completed in 1923 and renamed St. Joseph's Parish, Marcelin. The parish included a convent and the Sisters of the Presentation of Mary, who were known for their teaching and music instruction. St. Joseph's Parish is now a municipal heritage property. Petrovka was a village of Russian Doukhobors who came to Canada in 1899 and settled throughout the West. Many of the Petrovka settlers first wintered in homes dug into the banks of the nearby North Saskatchewan River. The Petrovka village site was well chosen, near a good river crossing and freshwater spring. Near the village, a flour mill was established on Rodduha Creek. The community included a cemetery and one of the first Saskatchewan schools, known as Petrovka School No. 23. Today, this area consists of a bridge, acreages, and an orchard specializing in apple products, baking, and other items.